dog, but the dog was sort of, playing least in sight. And then when they came home, they went and looked and saw the footprints. One of the kids came here after school, and the other three went home, right? And it was the three at home, the 14, 13 and 11-year-olds, who they were the ones who were at home, and they'd been trying to text her at work to tell her that something was wrong. She rang them as soon as she came to pick up Corey from my place, and they said that the thing had been around the house, had been bashing on windows, and they were all sort of fairly frightened, so she's gone to get them just about an hour ago. Ben is sort of on the psychic side. He went and stayed with his father for a while and then came back to Marnie, and since then he hasn't had any problems, except this has started. Now, it's not just him who has seen it. It's not just him who has seen it. Marnie has heard it. The other kids have heard it at the dam. The girl, Talisha, who's Rod's daughter, Rod's my daughter's partner, his daughter has seen it. So, I sort of now am believing it. They've all heard it, and Rod and Talisha, Rod is my daughter's partner, they were in the kitchen one night, and it went past the window really fast, and Rod ran out to see what it was, and then Talisha has actually seen it this afternoon or this evening in a tree near the house, and she's actually had a real good look at it, because Marnie has heard it, and Rod has seen something go past the window, and they've all heard, her and Rod have heard it crashing around the house at night, and it sort of jumps on the roof, and then it goes crashing and rips trees out and does all sorts of weird things like this. So it's a very, it's the sort of thing that most people wouldn't even believe in.
You said Talisha had seen it today.
Yes. When I was talking to Ben, she was in the background saying, it was in that tree in the paddock. Dad, listen to me, it was in that tree in the paddock. And I could hear her in the background trying to tell her father. We couldn't figure out what on earth it was. We were thinking, well, is there perhaps an escaped animal from a zoo or something, because it was sort of monkeyish. And, he sort of strolled into the conversation. He said, well, what about a yowie? He said, lots of people have seen yowies, and it could be a juvenile yowie, so...
What did Ben say it looked like?
He said it was sort of like an ape or a monkey or something like that, but he said it had really big shoulders, good strong shoulders, and a fair-sized head. He said the thing that he was on about all the time was its hands were very big. Because he even described to me how big, holding his hands together. He said the palms are about that big, and so on. And he said that it was basically white fur, of course, basically white coloured. But he said inside its arms, or down inside its arms and inside its legs, it had black fur.
But this has been going on for what, roughly a month?
Yeah. And when it started bashing on windows and walls and things, like the time that the kids went into one of the bedrooms to watch a movie, and they had a friend of theirs over as well, and there were about 4 or 5 of them in there, and the thing bashed against the window, and they saw a big white thing at the window, but that's all they saw. And Ben said it was like it was trying to shake the window. He said it was like it had hold of the window and was trying to shake it,
So how many kind of encounters has there been since then? Are we talking about every night?
No, it's only really sort of started to hot up over the last about week, and he's seen it a couple of times over the last few days. He has seen it in trees and things around the place, watching the place. And then, that's his words, watching the place.
So Ben's seen it a couple of times, but who else has actually seen it? Only
Talisha, and Rod chased something through the bush one night, but he didn't actually see what it was. There was a lot of noise. It came onto the veranda, and there was a lot of noise. It was bashing on walls and that sort of thing. And so he chased around the side of the house with a torch and tried to catch up with it, but it went through the bush, and he couldn't catch up with it. So really, Ben
incident tonight?
Yes.
What, of it being seen? Or?
Yes. That's when Felicia actually saw it properly for the first time tonight.
And what did she... So what, everybody decided out of the house and away?